What's going on, everybody? Gaming Diva here, and pretty much basically, like I stated on my social media, now that I'm settled into our new home or apartment and is in a safer environment from the place that we used to live in. And after going through months after I created my LLC through LegalZoom, going through what's called tutorial hell on YouTube, and just doing a bunch of research on my own before finally buying Thomas Brush's full-time game dev course, and pretty much basically other courses that I bought for myself on Udemy just to have so I can have like lifetime access to. Um, Bought a couple of courses for Unity, C Sharp, Unreal, C++, and now I'm going to be really buckling in and homing in on learning the basics on how to use Unity overall, all the gizmos and gadgets of what all Unity has to offer. At least the basic part of it, and obviously as I create my crappy games, up to releasing my commercial releases, whatever I put on Steam and what have you. This is going to be me really dialing in and really learning how to use different game engines, as well as the scripting language per that game engine, whether it be C Sharp or C++. So it's been a long road. A lot has happened in my life personally, good, bad, ugly, and indifferent. And now, like I said, that I'm settled in, I have a schedule that hopefully I'll be able to stick to. And that just depends on different life situations that have been occurring in my life thus far. Yeah, it's just really time for me to just home in and dial in and just really buckle down and learn. Those of you that watch this video, and even myself going back and watching this video, I have to trust the process. I have to just keep learning, keep grinding, keep evolving, and no matter what's going on in life or personal life, just never give up on what it is that you guys are trying to learn, what you're trying to accomplish. This is not just me saying it to you all, but also as a reminder to myself, hey, you got this. So without further ado, this is me documenting my game dev journey, my process, or me trusting the process and seeing where I start from now creating my studio to hopefully one day I'll be a team of 4 or a team of 7 to a team of 10 to maybe, who knows, a digital devolver studio. But as of right now, I'm a solo game dev, learning all things game dev and wanting to create my own video games, and hopefully one day make something that I will be proud of, and as well as to have all of you out there to one day play my games. So without further ado, this is my video of me restarting the process over again.
So you might be wondering, what can you do with Unity? Unity is an amazing game engine. Indie developers and AAA studios alike are developing all sorts of games with Unity. Deus Ex: The Fall by Infusion Interactive, Assassin's Creed Identity by Ubisoft, and Hearthstone: Heroes of Warcraft by Blizzard were all made in Unity. These games are Unity at its best. The level of detail and customization that's possible allow developers to make unbelievable games. I've compiled a video containing all the top hit games created in Unity, which you can find on my website at gamedevjohn.com. I highly encourage you to check out these games and get inspiration and encouragement to dive into the world of game development. These are just a few examples of what major AAA studios have created with Unity. Now in our course, we'll be creating a 2D galaxy space shooter where you'll learn the concepts of 2D game development. We'll create cinematic explosion effects using the animation system, and we'll focus on building your problem-solving technique. Following the 2D game will be our 3D first-person shooter, where you'll prototype out your own character controller, create destructible objects, and learn the overall development workflow of Unity 3D. In this video, we are going to grab the latest version of Unity. Now for this course, we will be using Unity 2019.1 or later. It doesn't matter what version of Unity 2019 you have, just have one of the latest versions. If you already have Unity installed and you have a Unity Connect ID, you can go ahead and skip this video. If you don't have Unity installed, head over to unity.com and you'll see here a title page with a Get Started button. When you select that Get Started button, you'll be taken to a membership page, which allows you to grab the entire Unity engine completely free by trying the Personal Edition. There is no difference between Plus, Pro, and Personal in terms of Unity core features. Go ahead and select Personal, accept the terms, and download Unity Hub. Unity Hub is a great tool that lets you manage your Unity versions. You can have multiple versions of Unity installed, and Unity Hub will manage your respective projects within each version. When we get to the installation, I'll walk you through it. Now that we have the installer downloaded, go ahead and just open up the Unity Hub. The installation process is very similar for both Mac and Linux, so you should be able to follow along without any problems. Now you're going to get a ding that's going to ask Unity Hub to control your computer. Go ahead and say yes, it's totally okay. Go ahead and accept the Unity terms, and then choose a location to install the hub. Once you do that, it's going to go through the install process and may take a few moments. When it's ready, go ahead and run Unity Hub. A pop-up may appear that says Windows Defender Firewall has blocked some features. Go ahead and allow access to Unity Hub. And then you'll see here an editor for Unity Hub. And Unity Hub lets you manage all of your projects directly from this editor. You'll see here I have several projects already created. There is a Learn section that has some getting started resources, and then there's an Installs section, which actually lets you install and manage Unity versions. So you can locate an existing version, or you can click the Add button, and you can actually add the latest versions of Unity. We are going to be working with the latest Unity 2019 version of Unity, which it looks like is currently Unity 2019.3 as of this recording. I'm going to select that, hit Next, and I'm going to include a few settings. I want to be able to build to web. I'm also going to include support for Windows Build Support, which is a compiler optimization here. And then I'm also going to include Android build support, as I will be porting this to mobile at the end of the course. If you are on a Mac, you can choose iOS build support, as well as anything else you see here. Everything is completely free. So here I'm just going to hit the Next button, and then it's going to let you know that you'll need to include the Android SDKs if you included that. I have read and agreed to the terms. It's going to ding, go ahead and select yes. And then Unity is going to automatically download the 2019 version. It may take several minutes to an hour, depending on your network speed, to download and install Unity. So go ahead and let that install, and I will see you in the next video where we'll go ahead and set up our first project. In this video, I'm going to show you how to download the Unity 2019 LTS version if you're following along in 2023 or later. Now, right now, when you download the Unity Hub and look at your installs, if we go to Install Editor, we can only go back as far as Unity 2020. But for the best and optimal experience, we want to use a LTS version of 2019. So to do that, we can select the Archive button, and it's going to take us to a Download Archive website here. And if we look down here, we can select Unity 2019.x, and then I'm going to click on the Unity Hub button next to the Unity 2019 LTS version of .4.40 or whatever the latest one is when you're on this page. Just click on Unity Hub. It's going to ask you to open in Unity Hub, and then now it's going to go ahead and let us download this. You want to make sure that you include Visual Studio if you already have it installed. If you don't, make sure it's checked. And then you can scroll down and just click Install. If you want to build for web, you can also support WebGL build support. Select Install, and now you'll be able to move on. In this video, we're going to create a Unity ID. Your Unity ID is your access point to the Unity ecosystem. With your ID, you can browse the Unity forums, download assets from the asset store, enable Unity services like networking and monetization, and so much more. Go to unity3d.com and select the profile icon on the top right. Select Create a Unity ID and follow the steps. Once you have your ID created and confirmed, you are ready to go. You don't need to do anything else at this moment. This is a quick video about this course. You're taking this course because you're ready to learn how to make games with Unity. I'm a completely self-taught software engineer and game developer, and throughout this course, I'm going to be training you the same way that I've trained thousands who now have careers working at companies like Cartoon Network, Facebook, Oculus, American Gaming Systems, and several indie companies across the board. If you're serious about learning to code, you need to stay connected and involved throughout the course. We have a community dedicated to your success, where we host monthly developer summits, bi-monthly Let's Devs, and quarterly game jams. You can join our community and stay connected at gamedevhq.com. Several students who have taken this course are now making their own titles, releasing them on Steam and mobile platforms, and several are now in the workforce making industry salaries north of $60,000. It's up to you to make it happen. Throughout this course, there are a series of challenges. I promise you, very quickly you'll discover what I call that eureka moment where things begin to click. If you're stuck on a challenge, post for help on gamedevhq.com. It's where I personally respond to questions about all of my courses, and it allows other community members to assist. We also have a 24/7 Discord channel available. If you're stuck, don't give up. Research the solutions. When you have completed the challenge, watch the challenge review to see if we came up with a similar solution. In the event that our solutions are different, that's 100% okay. This is the world of software engineering. There is always more than one way to solve a problem. Please use your solution, as it will add additional challenges to this course for you. I provide a zero spoon-fed environment, and if you're ready to stop relying on copying and paste tutorials and finally understand how to write code from scratch, then join our community at gamedevhq.com, and I can't wait to see what you make. Welcome to this section, where you'll be learning how to make the first game of this course, Galaxy Shooter. We'll be using highly polished 2D sprites and cinematic effects, which will really make our game stand out from your average space shooter. Throughout this game, you'll learn the basic skill set required to make games in Unity. We'll cover the fundamentals of C# programming, and take a look at the Unity API and learn how to reference it. This section will teach you how to make collisions, how to receive user input, and how to create different kinds of power-ups, like a triple shot, a laser beam, or a shield for our player. These are excellent problem-solving examples and will allow you to experiment with this game by creating your own unique power-ups. We'll wrap up the game by taking a look at post-processing effects, which will give our game that commercial-ready look. We'll also talk about how to deploy this game to the platform of our choosing and share it with the world. There's a lot to cover in this game, so let's get started.